Former President Donald Trump held a July 4th rally in Sarasota, Florida on Saturday. He talked everything from President Biden's immigration policies to his relationship with Dr. Anthony Fauci. Newsmax was the only major news channel to air the speech in its entirety. To unpack what we heard, let's welcome the panel. Hal Lambert, former Ted Cruz National Finance Chair; Ruth Edmonds, former president of the NAACP in Columbus, Ohio, and a conservative leader; Dino Scaros, immigration attorney, professor, presidential historian, and author. We're not done there. Author also of Trumped Up Charges. So let's jump right into it. Hal, what was your response to what you saw Saturday?
Well, I think what you're seeing is that President Trump still draws big crowds. I mean, the people went out there early. They went out there hours before the event, sat in the hot sun. Then you had pouring down rain that they sat through just to go out and see a former president. I don't think we've seen anything like this before, obviously. And other presidents couldn't do that right now. I don't even think Barack Obama could get crowds like this to come out and sit all day waiting to hear the former president speak. So as far as what he had to say, look, he went over lots of things. He talked about, obviously, the election. He still feels that it was rigged. So he brought that up, which is, I think, one of the main reasons other news outlets won't cover President Trump's speech. It's clearly newsworthy. People clearly want to hear what he has to say. So it is too bad that they won't cover him. But I think it also indicates that, he may very well run again. We're going to see. I think we're not going to know for a couple of years. But he's certainly not slowing down. He's certainly going to stay active politically. And doing these rallies tells me he's considering running again.
Yeah, one of the things I wonder, Ruth, is whether part of this is a Grateful Dead thing, that it's part of the feel that people get when they go there. They like being in that environment, whether he's still president or not. They're with people who think like them and want to have a different world out there than the one they're seeing. Or is this all about President Trump?
It's really all about patriotism. Americans really love this country, and what they see in President Trump is someone who loves this country. He is a national leader. He's a world leader, and he loves America. And that's what causes patriots, American citizens, wanting to come out and hear from him, because he's speaking their language. We love America, and so does President Trump. And that's what you're seeing. It is patriotism. It is, what they're saying is that I don't care what you say, what you do, we're Americans first, and we're going to stand together, and we're going to stand with those who stand with America. And President Trump stands with America.
All right, Dino, give me your impression as to why this matters. Any other president goes off into the sunset and doesn't worry about what's going on in the future. Nobody was asking previous presidents if they were going to run again. I mean, assuming it was a one-term president. But what do you think this is about? Is this about 2024?
I believe so, absolutely. This is a very unique situation. We haven't had a phenomenon like this since Theodore Roosevelt came back. After he left the White House, Theodore Roosevelt went big game hunting in Africa to hunt lions and tigers. And William Taft was the president, but people were not happy with Taft, and they were contacting Roosevelt. They said, please come back, please run again. This is a unique situation because here's a guy who has been president. And regardless of whether the election was rigged or not, there's a lot that doesn't make sense about Trump having lost, and by so much. So there's a great deal of unfinished business here, and there is that sense of unfinished business. And Trump is in a great place of the I told you so, look what's happening without me. So he's in a fantastic spot right now to reclaim the spotlight and perhaps the White House.
All right, Dino Scaros, Hal Lambert, Ruth Edmonds, if you all will please stick around. All right, every 4th of July, one symbol, flying high, of course, the American flag. It was a symbol of American pride and a united country. But recently, it seems the symbol of unity may actually fail to unite the country.
And Bob, according to the New York Times, today flying the flag from the back of a pickup truck or over a lawn is increasingly seen as a clue, albeit an imperfect one, to a person's political affiliation in a deeply divided nation. You can see that quote right there on your screen.
Yeah, our panel is back. Let's talk about this. Ruth, your take on this.
You know, I say we have to be careful about who we allow to define our truth for us. Because the truth, the real truth of the matter is that you go anywhere in the world, when you see that flag, you don't think R, you don't think D, you see America, and you're glad, happy to see it. And so, you know, any patriot and every patriot has a right to carry that flag and to wave that flag, and God bless them. And I say, let's not let other people define for us what waving the flag and honoring the flag means. We have to be individuals in our country and not allowing people to define it. It means America. That's what it means. That's what it's always meant. And it shouldn't matter what other people think. What is so is that the flag means America.
Now, Hal, if Ruth is saying that the flag is supposed to mean America, what do you think is going on that it seems to cause so much division, with people like Representative Cori Bush even tweeting out that the flag is just for white people and not black people? There's that tweet there. What is happening here that's become more divisive?
You know, what we have to do is we have to...
The left doesn't like America. I mean, we understand that. I mean, even in the New York Times piece, the lady used a pickup truck. I would bet you she doesn't know a single person that owns a pickup truck. So, you know, these are subtle things that are being done. But when you want to call the country systemically racist and you want to tear the country down, the thing you have to do is also tear down the symbols. And one of those main symbols is the flag. And so that's what this is about. And look, if you look at what Cori is, that tweet is anti-American, but it's also anti-white. And she's very hung up on white supremacy in her tweets. And here's one thing I want to say. When you look at who's electing these officials, that's one thing, but look at who's donating to them as well. And when you have companies like Apple, Amazon, Google, US Bank Corp, Boeing, all contributing to her campaign, that means they're contributing to that speech right there. And if their approval of that speech is fine, then I have a problem with those companies doing that. So I think they need to be called out. And by the way, the New York Times gave to her campaign as well. So if we're going to start calling out Republicans that voted against certifying the election and not giving them contributions, we need to start asking corporations that support this kind of speech whether or not they're going to continue to give those contributions as well, because that's the only way she gets elected.
Dino,
Absolutely.
why is it the American flag is dividing people? The whole purpose of it is to unite us.
Well, just like there are millions of people who wake up in the morning and they go to work, but they hate their jobs and they hate their bosses, and then their boss is honored at some ceremony and gets an award and they have to be there. They hate every minute of it. I mean, they have to have this job to earn a living, but they hate it. Sadly, there are many, many people who hate this country and live in this country. Either they were born here or they were not, but they hate it. And Independence Day and the American flag is a victory lap for America. So if you hate America, you're going to hate the victory lap, you're going to hate the fireworks, you're going to hate the flag. Unfortunately, the last time the country was truly united was after 9/11, when you saw just about everyone wearing the American flag on their lapel. And I knew it wouldn't last. And unfortunately, I was right, because
By
this
the way,
is what happens.
I had on an American flag. I was working at a major network, and I was told by the network to take off the American flag. But go ahead, Amanda.
You know, and one of the things...
Which still astounds me to this day. But go ahead, Amanda.
I mean, Bob, you are an example of it right there. And, you know, you mentioned that there's this idea like to hate America. Well, a recent poll actually came out, and 35% of the age group between 18 to 24 said that they're not proud to be an American. Ruth, what do you think is happening here with that age group?
Yeah, they see adults acting like children and being divisive. And I think that's what they don't like. They don't like the divisiveness by so-called adults. And we have to behave better, because the truth of the matter is our young people do love this country. They take full advantage of it. They are traveling the United States. They are enjoying the freedoms and the liberties that they have as American citizens. What they don't like is they don't like to see so-called adults pitting themselves against the other along the race line. And so, you know, that's what we see going on.
All right, Hal Lambert, Ruth Edmonds, and Dino Scaros, thank you so much for joining us. And I guess since it's the holiday, I'm still not sure what to say, but I hope you have a great Independence Day holiday.
God bless
Thank you.
America. That's what we say.
There you go. God bless America. And thank you so much for being with us.